Hello everybody, this is Cyrus here, back with another Hess truck video. I am super excited to do a review on this Hess truck, and it is the 2022 Hess truck and hot rods. I've waited so long for this to go on to Amazon so I could order it and do a review on it. So it might be late, better late than never, but let's get straight into this video because this is something I am super pumped about. Alright, here is the truck out of the box, and at first glance, it really looks good. I'm going to go over some of my opinions on this, as well as the concept. So the main concept is that it's a flatbed truck with race cars. This is our first time we're getting two individual vehicles on the back of a flatbed. We've seen that before, where we've gotten two vehicles, but usually it will be with an enclosed trailer. This time they did a flatbed and a rigid flatbed with two vehicles on the back on that same note. It wasn't like a tractor trailer design. The theming with this truck works really well, as since it's hauling some vintage hot rods, they have an older style truck to put them on the back of. Now I gotta tell you, I am very satisfied with the design of this truck. If they just went with some usual, generic, rugged, cartoony design for the truck itself, it just wouldn't have been working for me that well. I probably would have passed on it right away, but the fact that they went with a vintage design really looks good in my opinion. So taking the two hot rods off the back of the truck so we can get a better look at it, you do have your front portion with your Hess logo embossed in the grille, as well as an H that is embossed in the grille as well. Your two main headlights, which are rounded and sticking out of the sides of the hood, along with your triangular shaped hood, which is common to find on vintage trucks like these. Chrome bumper, and then these chrome air intake things. I think that those are air intakes or some sort of air filter, most likely. On the side of the truck, you can see those same air intake things, obviously from a different point of view. Chrome mirrors, chrome roll bar, chrome exhaust pipe, and then two chrome fuel tanks on each side, along with your chrome grab rails that run along the sides of the truck. In addition, you do have your main Hess logos on the side, as well as a green pinstripe that runs along the bed of the truck. You also have a Hess logo on the hood, as well as two chrome air horns and chrome running lights. At the back of the truck, you do have a chrome bumper with your Hess 2022 badge, and there is, of course, a ramp that pulls out to let the hot rods on. I've never been really a big fan of these ramp sounds too much, but I can let it slide. It's just, there's no way to really control that, and it's quite loud. You do have your Hess logo running across the bed, as well as a Hess logo embossed in the back of the truck behind the cab. Push the ramp back in. It's going to make that same sound. Out of all the chrome details on this truck, probably my favorite chrome details would have been these air intake things that I don't know the name of, and definitely the hubcaps. It's really nice that they went with a star design for the hubcaps. It really adds a lot more decoration to this truck, in my opinion. Next up, moving on to the two hot rods included with this truck, we've got the red one and the green one, and we're going to talk about both of these right now, starting with the red one. So, usually when they do two of the same vehicle with a Hess truck, you usually get them in inverted colors. I'm actually really glad that they went with the red color for the second one of these two hot rods. If they went with the normal white and green color scheme, it just wouldn't look that good. It wouldn't look that realistic as well. So the fact that they went with red, it's striking, it stands out. It's a realistic color for a hot rod like this. Also, despite the fact that these are not licensed hot rods, they are very close to real. So although they might not be modeled after maybe a Ford or a Rat Rod, they do look very realistic for a scale model of a hot rod. You do have your chrome grille along with your chrome H embossed in the front, your two headlights, chrome bumper, and your big chrome engine. And just like the truck, these hot rods use a star design on the hubcaps, which makes it look twice as good, along with some nice flame details on the side of the cab. If I was going to get perhaps a little bit nitpicky, but really, it's not really much of a big deal, as it's understandable, I would have probably liked to see maybe a little bit of play value being used, like maybe if you could open the trunk or something, just because, you know, even like a simple feature like that, in terms of play value, would just really take this to a new level. However, that would probably not leave enough room for the wiring and light features on these, so it's understandable. Here's the green one. It's the same as the red one, despite the fact that it's green. Otherwise, they're very similar despite the color differences. Oh yeah, I forgot to point out about the chrome bumper and headlights on the back of these hot rods, as well as your Hess logos on the doors, roof, and trunk of the car, as well as your Hess 2022 logo. And also, I even forgot to point out about the green pinstripe going across the cab and hood of the truck, as well as the Hess logo on the side. In terms of your lights and sounds, you have an engine startup, truck horn, and a sound for the hot rods. It would be nice if that sound feature was located on the two hot rods themselves, but it would probably be more complicated in terms of assembly with all that wiring they need for the headlights, tail lights, and Hess logos, so I can let it slide. Now that we covered all those features, it's time to look at the truck and the two cars with their lights on in the dark. Alright, here's the truck with your lights on. Obviously, you have your headlights and turn signal lights flashing, as well as all your Hess logos that I pointed out. There's unfortunately no lights running across the side of the truck, which is a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. And your big Hess logo in the back lights up along with your two brake lights, or tail lights. And then you do have some running lights along underneath that Hess logo there, including your running lights on top. Here's one of the hot rods. You can see that we have your headlights, Hess logos, and tail lights lighting up. The only Hess logo that's not really lighting up is that one, but that's because it's partly, I think it's painted on, I believe. But that's okay. Same thing goes with the green one. There's the Hess logo on the trunk isn't quite lighting up, but it's not like I'm bothered by this. Also, in addition to having a button for the flashers on this truck, we also have another section on the switch. If you turn it one more notch, you can remain with these lights flashing. Although there are a couple things about this truck that aren't present that would have been nice to have going on, it's definitely one that I do like. Otherwise, you know, it's not like these issues are a big deal, so I'm definitely glad that they went with a vintage design. It definitely breaks the mold, in my opinion, from some of the other flatbeds we've gotten with extra vehicles. And if you like collecting vintage hot rods, this is a truck I recommend picking up. Until then, that wraps it up for this video. Have a good, safe rest of your day, guys. Don't get into any trouble when it comes to street racing. And I'll see you in some more videos very soon. Bye.